First tonight, new developments in the fire that claimed the lives of 3 young children in Kalamazoo. Because those children were reportedly left home alone, their mother has been under scrutiny. But she's been pointing the finger at this man, her alleged boyfriend, who she says was supposed to be watching the kids. He's been locked up on unrelated charges since the fire happened, but for the first time, he's sharing his version of what happened that day in a jailhouse interview with us. Fred Glespie Jr. says he too has been mourning the loss of the 3 children killed in last Monday's fire. But since then, he's been doing it here, alone, locked up in the Berrien County Jail, picked up after the blaze on unrelated charges. While the reason he's locked up here has nothing to do with the fire, he says he feels like he's been treated as a suspect, calling himself an easy target to take the fall because he isn't part of the affected family. No cameras are allowed during visitation hours at the jail, but Glespie accepted our visit and spoke hesitantly about the day of the fire through the jailhouse video monitors. Glespie says he was not supposed to be watching the kids and wasn't even asked to do so. When he realized the building was on fire, he says, quote, "I thought nobody was in there until they told me." Glespie says he lived nearby with his sister at the Interfaith apartment complex and was seeing the children's mother, Janetta Woods, though he doesn't call himself her boyfriend. Nonetheless, he says he loved Janetta's children and worries that he may be pinned with charges. Quote, "That's what's so crazy about it. She knew I cared about them more than they dads. People would say I treated them better than mine." Glespie says investigators have questioned him repeatedly about the case, but he contends he has no idea what started the fire. "They already looking at me like I'm a criminal," he said. He says Woods was known to leave her children alone and that he'd confronted her about it in the past. Quote, "I told her to stop doing that. It's just a matter of time." Once he realized that the kids were still trapped inside the home, Glespie says he tried to go in, but the fire was too hot. "It was too late," he said. "I tried my best." Glespie says it's all he thinks about as he sits in jail awaiting his release, fearing that other charges may be waiting for him. Glespie told me that he believes that the fire was an accident. He has an extensive criminal past that started when he was 11 years old. 24-Hour News 8 found that Janetta Woods was investigated by Child Protective Services at least twice before on complaints that she'd left a child without adult supervision. Investigators have not yet said what caused the fire, and their investigation continues.